Hello everyone, we're still waiting on a baby over here. I'm still pre-shooting some videos for after he comes. And I've really been wanting to do a video focusing in on my favorite like cheek sets, blush, bronzer, highlight, things like that for the holidays. And I really feel like I've come up with a couple of clear favorites. I've got another thing that's like 50-50. It's a face product and a lip, but I just thought it might be fun to spotlight these things and just kind of let you know that I think they're really home runs as far as holiday makeup is concerned. So the first thing is pretty much lip and cheek here. It's so adorable. It's this sweet little gingerbread kit from Too Faced. So these products, the full-size bronzer and lipstick, come in this cute little gingerbread man pouch. But even just as far as functionality, I really like this bronzer. It's called Gingerbread Tan Spicy Bronzer. And one thing I will point out, when this is brand new, and it's going to probably dust away in your very first use, all the little details on the gingerbread man are a white overspray. Ugh, I do not like overspray. It truly does make sense on this because like basically everywhere it's white here, you know, that was white in the compact, and it was a very cute presentation and I get it. And all things considered, it was a pretty small amount of stuff going on, and like I said, it dusted away very quickly. But I really enjoy what you're left with underneath here because it's a satin finish bronzer. It's like the perfect depth and tone, and I just feel like it looks so natural on my skin. I probably got a little less color in my skin right now than I did when it was in the middle of summer, let's say. And I really enjoy how I don't have to be too careful with this bronzer, but it gives me just the perfect amount of natural glow to the skin. Natural seeming color. It looks great around the hairline. It's great to contour with a little bit, and just the appearance of it on the surface of the skin, because it is this sort of satin finish product. It just comes across very, very natural. Also, it has a really pleasant scent. I can pick up a little bit on the gingerbread scent there, and just really cute packaging too. So I've been using this bronzer for weeks now and really liking it. Also, this full-size lipstick here I think is fantastic. It's got the little gingerbread men all over it, and it's got also the little peach detail here, and if you look at the bullet itself, it's been stamped with that peach design. So that is a whole line of lipstick that's kind of like a matte lipstick formula from Too Faced. They're creamy, they're easy to put on, but they're pretty long wearing and they are matte. So this falls in line with that formula, and I absolutely love the color for fall and winter. It's a really great kind of pumpkin spice color, and I did do a little comparison with the Gingerbread Man lipstick versus the Gingerbread Man liquid lipstick that's now been around for a couple of years. This is just my mini that I have here, but at a glance they really look like the same color, but the liquid lipstick will dry down a little darker than this. To me, they're two distinctly different colors because this remains so much brighter. So just something to keep in mind if you think you're going to have any sort of overlap. They really aren't the same color, and as far as I know, this is the only situation where you can get the lipstick is in this little duo. So I really like them both. I was really equally pleased with both elements of the kit, and I also think this little pouch, like my girls are going to have a lot of fun with that. Now that Too Faced kit is $39. Keep in mind you are getting two full-sized items inside. But what I think is the best value that I'll be speaking about in this video is definitely coming from Tarte. This is by far the standout Tarte product to me of the holiday season, and it's called their 9 Ways to Shine Cheek Wardrobe, and you get all this for $35. And I just love the way they've designed this. I think it's kind of a cheek lover's masterpiece, frankly, and you've got 3 different little families here. I don't have my packaging still, but it's all put together in a pretty compact little way, and I love the way these kind of magnetize into their own little stack, and they open up like this. Your top one is going to uncap and have a mirror inside, and you have these 3 different, I wouldn't call them quite color families, just 3 different directions where you can go. And this was the one I used today, is the one that's sort of in the rose gold exterior. And this is the only one of the trios that has something that's sort of like a bronzer, basically. Some people maybe would wear that as blush, but I think it's very clearly a bronzer tone or a contour color. It's matte. I just kind of applied that in my normal zones over, you know, the other one that I had on, just to give you a feel for the fact that that is in here. And then you have a great matte kind of dusty rose blush that that I think is so gorgeous, and a beautiful highlight in this one as well. So it's kind of the 1, 2, 3 steps all together, super compact. Really love that one. But I've also totally enjoyed the little family of colors in gold here. With this one, you get to enjoy 2 different finishes of blushes. So one has a little bit of shimmer. It's kind of a peachy pink shimmer. One is more of a deep peach matte blush, and then a champagne colored highlight. And the highlights here are so pretty and radiant. I mean, I feel like the one that I applied from this rose gold kit is just so fresh, and I feel the same way about this one, only it's got, like I said, a little bit more of a golden shift to it. And I love that there's no overlap in any of these. You've got this sort of charcoal colored collection here, and yes, I can totally wear that as a highlight. The lightest shade here looks kind of oddly dark when it's not catching the light, but it's really fantastic as a highlight. It's like a classic rose gold. And this would be your boldest couple of blushes here. I feel like one is kind of a rich pink, and then one is your brighter, cooler pink. Everything has great pigmentation. I've experienced great staying power. I've just had a lot of fun incorporating these into different looks. I think they're travel friendly. I think they're super giftable and fun and impressive, sort of. I mean, somebody takes this out of a stocking or out of a little gift, and it's like, wow, that's fun. And I think it's kind of cool that they all have their own unique approach. Again, no overlapping shades. One is kind of the full shebang of blush, bronzer, highlight to me. The gold, I think, really works for people who tend to go for maybe a little more muted looking blushes. Granted, they all show up beautifully. There's no blush you're gonna like be struggling with here, but those tones are just lovely, and they look great with that goldeny highlight. And then more of your statement collection here with bolder blushes and a really pretty highlight as well. So I just feel like that was a really smart kit, and I'm loving it. I know I gave it some praise in my first video where it was like a haul and I was showing these, but I just want you to know that in using them more and more, I have really loved that stuff. And then the last thing I want to point out, it's definitely the biggest splurge in this video, and it is the Hourglass Ambient Lighting Blush Palette. So this has some use, got some fingerprints on it. It's $58 at Sephora, and I have loved this. All of these blushes are so pretty. I will tell you this, I find the one in the upper corner there where it looks like it's kind of champagne swirled with bronze. To me, anytime I pop this open and I decide I'm using it, this becomes a highlight. Like, I'm not sure how that's blush on anyone. That really functions to just give my skin this nice, subtle, ethereal glow. And I like that because I've got 3 unique blushes here that each give me kind of a different look. One is a little bit more cool pinky, one is kind of this more fiery coral, and then my nice earthy one. The 2 things actually labeled just blushes here are the ones in 1 and 4, and that's Surreal Effect and Infinite Flush. And then this one over here is called Brilliant Nude, and that's the one I think is the highlight. And then this is Lucid Glow over here. But they have all been so nice to work with. Sometimes you get crazy and you're like, I'm gonna dip into 2 instead of just the 1, and it's fun. And the finishes on the skin are so pretty because there's a subtle glow in all of this. Like I said, just for its tone, its lightness, the most profound glow is coming from this one, but you know how I can get with a glowy blush, and this is kind of scratching that itch because all the other shades do have a certain amount of glow to them also. It's just beautiful to look at. No, I have not tried the larger Hourglass palette for this year just because I felt like that concept has been kind of played out in years past. I have kept up with those larger Hourglass palettes for the past couple of years, and I'm just kind of like, no, the more appealing thing to me is the blush palette, and I am truly loving it. And if the whole glowy blush idea really captures you as well, I mean, while it's not technically a holiday collection, it would still make a phenomenal gift because it is just so impressive to see the way they package it together. But you know what I'm gonna say here, the Beauty Bakerie Cotton Candy Champagne palette, it's so cute when you get it because they have like these little cotton candy details they pop on. But if straight up blush is what you want and you want them like as glowy as possible, that's a great kit to get. I would say the blushes all in all are glowier there than they are here. These shades amount to a subtle sheen, and I just really like the color variety, and it just feels like a special little something to me. And even though it's covered in fingerprints, I do kind of like the packaging. It's sort of this matte transparent deal going all around the bottom and then mirrored at the top, and you got a nice mirror on the inside as well that's totally functional and a great size for doing makeup on the go if you need to. So those are by far my big standout holiday cheek products. If anything else pops out of the woodwork, I'll let you know, but these things are really speaking to me this time around. Let me know what you think in the comments section. I'd love to hear what you've been trying and what you recommend, and thank you so much for watching. Bye guys.